Ever cut bangs and instantly regretted it? The truth is that not all fringes are created equal, especially after 50. Today, I'll show you which bangs really work for your face shape, your hair texture, and your lifestyle, and which so-called dream bangs might actually age you. By the end, you'll know exactly what fringe style to ask for at the salon. So let's walk through the most popular bang styles and see which ones really work over 50. We'll start with blunt bangs. Blunt bangs are the straight-across style that never really goes out of fashion. They're chic, bold, and instantly frame the face in a way that feels very polished. For women with oval or longer face shapes, blunt bangs can be incredibly flattering because they help balance out the proportions and bring more attention to the eyes. They also add a touch of youthfulness, softening the forehead area and giving a more structured, intentional look. There's something about blunt bangs that feels like a statement, like you're telling the world that your hairstyle is a choice, not an afterthought. But let's be honest, blunt bangs do take some commitment. They need regular trims, usually every 3 to 4 weeks, to keep that sharp line from looking overgrown or uneven. Unlike softer, wispy styles that can be more forgiving, blunt bangs lose their clean effect quickly if you don't keep up with them. For many women, especially after 50 when life feels busier than ever, the constant maintenance can be a deal breaker. Still, if you enjoy visiting the salon regularly or don't mind giving yourself a quick trim at home, it might not feel like such a big hurdle. Another factor to consider is hair texture. If you have thick, straight hair, blunt bangs often look stunning. They fall neatly, create a solid line, and give that sleek, magazine-ready finish. On the other hand, if your hair is fine, thinning, or prone to separation, blunt bangs can sometimes be frustrating. They may not sit in one smooth sheet of hair, instead breaking apart into little pieces that highlight the exact opposite of what you want: the gaps or sparseness across the forehead. For women with finer textures, this can make the style harder to love in practice, even if you admire it in photos. Styling also plays a role. Blunt bangs tend to show everything, from a cowlick at the hairline to even a bit of oiliness. They're not the kind of bangs you can wash and leave. They usually need a quick blow-dry or a pass, with a round brush in the morning to look their best. For some women, this daily step can be a fun routine, almost like putting on a favorite accessory. For others, it may just feel like extra work. Still, there's no denying their impact. Blunt bangs can instantly change the way you feel about your hair and your overall look. They bring definition, make even a simple bob or shoulder-length cut look intentional, and they add a kind of Parisian flair that many women secretly love. If you've ever wanted a bold change without sacrificing length, blunt bangs might just be the answer. Now, if blunt bangs feel a little too heavy or high maintenance, let's talk about a softer, more forgiving option: the side-swept bangs. Side-swept bangs are one of the most flattering choices for women over 50. They feel soft, feminine, and forgiving in a way that works for nearly every face shape. This style has a unique ability to gently blur forehead lines while drawing attention upward to the eyes and cheekbones, which creates a more lifted and refreshed appearance. The effect is subtle yet powerful, giving you a polished look without ever feeling too heavy or dramatic. One of the best parts about side bangs is how gracefully they grow out. Unlike blunt bangs, which can quickly lose their shape and look uneven, side-swept bangs blend into the rest of your hair naturally as they get longer. This makes them ideal if you do not want to run to the salon every few weeks. For women who prefer a lower maintenance routine, this can be a big relief. They look good whether they are freshly trimmed or a little grown out, which is why many stylists call them one of the most versatile styles. The styling flexibility is another reason so many women love them. On busy mornings, you can simply tuck them behind your ear, and they will still look neat and intentional. On days when you want a little more coverage, you can let them fall softly across your forehead, giving a touch of mystery and framing to the face. This makes them perfect for women who like to switch between a put-together, polished look and something more relaxed and casual. Side-swept bangs are also particularly flattering on rounder face shapes. Because they cut across at an angle, they create the illusion of length and add gentle definition, helping the face look slimmer and more balanced. But the beauty of this style is that it truly works on almost anyone. Women with square, oval, or heart-shaped faces will also find that side bangs soften their features in a way that feels fresh and modern without being overly trendy. For women with thinning hair, side bangs can also be a practical choice. Because they are not meant to be thick or heavy, they do not require a lot of density to look good. Even if your hair is fine, sweeping it to the side gives the appearance of movement and softness. On the other hand, if you have thicker hair, side bangs blend in beautifully without feeling bulky or overwhelming. Many women find that side bangs also bring back a sense of confidence. They offer coverage without looking like you are hiding behind your hair. They soften, they flatter, and they can be styled to suit your mood and lifestyle. Whether paired with a short pixie cut, a chin-length bob, or long layered hair, side-swept bangs add a timeless finishing touch that feels effortless. If you are ready for something with a little more drama and a trendier feel, curtain bangs are the next style worth looking at. They frame the face in a very different way and have become a favorite for women who want movement and softness without going too short. Curtain bangs are one of the most talked about styles right now, and it seems like everyone is giving them a try. They are loved for their effortless, face-framing effect and the way they add a touch of softness to almost any haircut. When they work, they can be incredibly flattering, especially for oval and heart-shaped faces. The way they part in the middle and sweep out toward the sides creates a natural frame that draws attention to the eyes and highlights the cheekbones. For many women, this style creates the illusion of a gentle lift, which has a very youthful effect without ever looking like you are trying too hard. One of the biggest appeals of curtain bangs is how versatile they are. They can be styled polished and smooth for a chic look, or left a little tousled for a relaxed, modern vibe. This makes them a great option for women who want something that feels trendy but is still practical for everyday wear. They also work beautifully for women who wear glasses because the longer parted style frames the face without clashing with the shape of the frames. Instead of fighting against your glasses, they enhance your overall look. However, curtain bangs are not a one-size-fits-all style. They can be tricky if you have very fine or thinning hair. Because the style is longer and feathered, it relies on a certain amount of fullness to look its best. On thinner hair types, they may separate too much, leaving gaps and a stringy appearance. This can feel disappointing if you are expecting that thick, sweeping style you see in magazines or on celebrities. The good news is that with the right adjustments, curtain bangs can be customized for almost anyone. If you love the look but have finer strands, asking your stylist to cut them a little longer with soft blending into your layers can help create more body and movement. Styling products like lightweight mousse or a round brush can also help add fullness so that they do not fall flat. Women with wavy or slightly textured hair often find that curtain bangs are easier to maintain since the natural wave gives the style more body. Straight, fine hair usually needs a bit of styling to keep them from splitting in the middle. For women over 50, curtain bangs can feel like a fresh update without being a drastic change. They soften features, hide a larger forehead if that is a concern, and add just enough modern edge to feel current. They are not as demanding as blunt bangs, but they still make a noticeable difference in your overall look. Many women also appreciate that they grow out beautifully. If you decide they are not for you, they can be blended into your layers in a matter of months without that awkward in-between stage. Of course, not everyone wants thick or trendy bangs. If you prefer something light and subtle, wispy bangs might be your answer. Wispy bangs are often called the effortless bangs because of how light and natural they look. Instead of sitting heavily across your forehead, they fall softly, almost like a delicate frame that brightens your eyes and softens your overall expression. For women over 50, this can be a game changer because wispy bangs do not overwhelm your features or make you feel like you are trying too hard. They bring a touch of freshness without demanding constant upkeep or styling. If your hair is fine or thinning, they can give the illusion of movement and fullness, which helps prevent your style from looking flat. Unlike thicker, blunt cuts, wispy bangs allow your natural texture to shine through in a way that feels light and flattering. They are also incredibly versatile when it comes to face shape. For women with round or square faces, wispy bangs can break up sharp angles or fullness by adding softness right where you need it most. If your face is more oval or heart-shaped, wispy bangs enhance your features without drawing too much attention away from your natural bone structure. This is why they are often recommended as a safe fringe style that flatters almost everyone while still feeling current and stylish. Another reason wispy bangs are such a favorite is how forgiving they are as they grow out. Unlike blunt bangs, which can look messy and uneven when they are past their prime, wispy bangs transition seamlessly into the rest of your haircut. This means you can stretch your salon visits a little longer without worrying about your bangs ruining the shape of your hairstyle. Many women love that, even if they decide to grow them out completely, wispy bangs blend naturally with layers or can be tucked to the side without fuss. When paired with layered cuts, wispy bangs shine even more. They add dimension and texture that work beautifully with bobs, shags, or long layered styles. For women who are hesitant about making a big change, wispy bangs are the perfect way to refresh your look without feeling locked into something dramatic. They also work well with natural grey or silver hair because the softness of the fringe complements the lighter tones, making your style feel youthful and modern instead of heavy or severe. Another relatable perk is that wispy bangs do not require a lot of styling skill. A quick blow dry with a round brush or even just a light pass of the flat iron can make them fall into place. For busy mornings or days when you want to keep things easy, this is a blessing. Unlike thicker bangs that might need extra product or heat to stay sleek, wispy bangs embrace a little bit of natural movement. That touch of softness often looks more flattering anyway, especially as we get older and prefer styles that feel lived in rather than stiff. If you are considering bangs but feel nervous about the upkeep or whether they will suit you, wispy bangs are often the best entry point. They give you a taste of what bangs can do for your face without locking you into high maintenance or dramatic cuts. Many women who try wispy bangs for the first time find themselves wondering why they did not make the change sooner, because the difference can be subtle yet surprisingly transformative. But if your hair naturally has more texture, like waves or curls, a wispy fringe might not hold its shape the way you want. In that case, a textured or shaggy bang style will work better with your natural movement and give you that effortless, modern look. Textured bangs are all about movement and ease. Think of them as choppy and a little undone in the best way possible. They work beautifully for women with wavy or curly hair because they blend in with your natural texture instead of fighting against it. Rather than trying to smooth everything out, textured bangs embrace the natural shape of your strands, which makes styling quicker and less stressful. This type of fringe is perfect if you want your hairstyle to feel modern and full of personality. The slightly uneven pieces add energy and softness around the face, giving you a relaxed and youthful look without appearing overstyled. Many women over 50 enjoy this option because it does not require constant upkeep. You can let your waves or curls do their thing, and the bangs will fall into place with a natural, lived-in vibe. It is especially flattering for anyone who wants to avoid a too perfect fringe that needs daily effort. Instead, textured bangs give you freedom and flexibility while still making your hairstyle feel fresh. But if you love the idea of a softer frame but want something longer and even easier to grow out, long layered bangs are the next option to consider. They give you the versatility of a fringe without the constant upkeep of shorter styles. Long layered bangs are one of the most versatile and flattering styles for women over 50. They usually fall around the cheekbones or jawline, which helps draw attention to your best features, while also softening any areas you might want to minimize. These longer bangs can highlight the cheekbones, give definition to the jawline, and even help disguise forehead lines in a subtle and elegant way. Because they blend so seamlessly into the rest of your hairstyle, they are incredibly forgiving and easy to maintain. One of the biggest advantages of long bangs is how gracefully they grow out. Unlike shorter fringes that require constant trims, long layered bangs transition smoothly into face-framing pieces, so you never hit that awkward in-between stage. This makes them an especially smart choice if you like styles that evolve naturally without much effort. You can also stretch the time between salon visits, which many women appreciate as both a time saver and a cost saver. Another reason long layered bangs are loved by women over 50 is their flexibility in styling. You can sweep them to the side for a soft, feminine look, part them in the middle for a modern, effortless vibe, or tuck them behind your ears when you want your face completely open. They also work beautifully when styled with a blow dryer and round brush for added polish, but they look just as good when air-dried and slightly tousled for a more relaxed, casual feel. This kind of versatility means you can match your bangs to the mood of your day, whether you are heading to brunch with friends, going to the office, or enjoying a weekend at home. For many women over 50, this type of fringe feels like the perfect balance. It gives you the benefits of bangs without the heavy upkeep, and it adapts well to different hair textures and lengths. Whether your hair is straight, wavy, or softly curled, long layered bangs can add shape, softness, and polish without overwhelming your style. Long layered bangs are a flexible choice that suit many women, but no matter which style catches your eye, the real secret to finding the most flattering bangs is knowing what works with your face shape, your hair texture, and the kind of upkeep you're comfortable with. Let's break that down so you can decide which fringe is truly right for you. The truth is, the most flattering bangs are never just about chasing the latest haircut trend. At this stage in life, what really matters is choosing a style that works for you and makes you feel confident every single day. The right bangs are shaped by three key things: your face shape, your hair texture, and how much maintenance you're willing to keep up with. Let's start with face shape, because that sets the foundation. If your face is round, side-swept bangs can instantly create the illusion of length and slimness, softening the look in a very natural way. For women with a square face, a feathered or layered fringe takes the edge off sharper angles, giving you a softer and more feminine frame. A longer face shape benefits from fuller bangs that bring balance and proportion, while an oval face shape is lucky enough to carry almost any style with confidence. Once you've considered your face shape, the next step is hair texture. This is where many women over 50 notice a big change. Straight and thicker strands can hold a bold, blunt fringe beautifully without looking heavy, while finer hair usually looks fresher with softer, wispy pieces that don't overwhelm it. If your hair has a natural wave or curl, working with that texture instead of against it will always look more flattering. A layered or textured fringe blends into curls far better than forcing them straight, and it keeps the look effortless instead of fussy. Now, even if the style suits your face and texture, the final piece of the puzzle is maintenance. This part is about being realistic with your lifestyle. Short, blunt bangs can look very sharp and chic, but they demand frequent trims and daily styling to keep from looking uneven. If you prefer something that grows out gracefully, side-swept or longer layered bangs are far more forgiving. They move with your hair, soften as they grow, and don't lock you into constant upkeep. When you bring all three of these together, like your face shape, your texture, and the amount of effort you want to spend, you will naturally discover the bangs that feel most flattering. It's not about forcing yourself into a style that works for someone else. It's about choosing the version that highlights your best features, fits your lifestyle and makes you feel like yourself. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which fringe style do you think suits you best now? Share it in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your experiences. If you found this video helpful, you won't want to miss this next one.